I quit my job in order to become a full-time content creator. So this is what it's like to actually be a full-time content creator but not making any income while being a content creator. Let me explain what it's like. So first of all, it's super stressful because you have to make this work. There's no backup plan. I'm doing this and there's no other way that it's going to happen. I am going to become a full-time content creator. That's it. So it is becoming super stressful because there's no income coming in anymore. So it can become a bit stressful. Now, it's not completely true because my wife actually does work at a full-time job, so we can afford to eat food. And also I have some stuff that's going on. I do have some income that's coming in from some previous ventures that I've been through. So it's not completely up, but it's very little money. So most of the income is from my wife that's actually working, and that's just a way so that we can feed the dog. So that's one of the things. The other thing that's going to happen is self doubt. Now, I think we all know what self doubt actually looks like, but when you're doing this, even though you believe in it, you know that it can happen, you're going to do this full time no matter what happens, you still have that little voice in your head saying, are you actually going to make this work? Is this actually going to work? Are you going to be able to make a living being a content creator? And most content creators out there do not make enough to live on. So that is one thing that's going to be difficult. Now, I said that I quit my job, but in reality, what happened is I was doing some odd jobs here and there. So I'm not losing everything that I've had, or I didn't have like a full time job, a big 9 to 5 that was uh, paying me a lot of money. It wasn't that stable, but I was making some income while doing some odd jobs. My wife has a better job that's actually paying her properly, and it's not like being rich or anything, but it's happening. So my job here is to make this content creation thing work. So that's why I'm doing these uploads. That's why I'm uploading 3 times a week and so on. But it is very stressful, and the self-doubt is actually there. It's every day I'm thinking, is this actually going to work? Even though I do believe in it, but there's this little voice that's saying, is this going to work? Especially when my videos aren't doing too well. The last video that I posted 2 days ago got 0 views. Now it doesn't happen a lot, but from time to time this will happen, and some videos get 0 views. So people that actually click on my thumbnails and watch my videos and so on, that's super helpful, and especially if you watch the whole way through and then you comment, because that really does help. But that's beside the point. But let's talk about the positives, because all of these are negatives: the self doubt, the stress, everything. But it's also super fun because I get to do what I really enjoy doing, what I've discovered that I was passionate about, learning some new skills that I didn't think that I would ever learn. And it's just a way more fun life to have, even though I'm working probably more than you would at a full-time job. But still, it's super fun. That's the dream job that I would want to have, and that's the dream job that I am having. I get to set my own hours. Now, granted, I do work a lot, but still, if I want to work later in the day instead of earlier, I can do that. If I want to walk the dog in the morning and then start a bit later, which is basically I'm setting my schedule, and it works when you're doing this like you want to do it, because when you have a full-time job, you don't set your hours. Maybe you're an early morning person, but you have to not get there super early, or the other way around. Maybe you're a night owl and you have to work in the morning, and that's just the way it is. So I get to set my own hours, which is good. But there's all these other negative parts that are also in the game. So that's what it's like actually trying to make a living when you're not yet making a living on this. And that's why I said that I was going to get monetized by the 15th of April. So you know the story. This is actually what's happening in my life now. And I'm just trying to make this happen. With that said, I'll see you in the next video. And if I'm right, and I think I am, it's going to be the analytics video on Monday. So with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.